Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be doing a middle of the month energy check, so this will be your mid-April monthly reading. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. I will not send you a message, so if you get a personal message from me on any platform, that is not me. It's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. I'm using the Mermaid Tarot today. There is a link to that in the description below if you'd like to purchase it for yourself. Let's see what we have here. I should also remind you that less than 50% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed, and so if you do watch my content regularly but you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. All right, we'll take 3 cards to clarify as we go along, and then we'll take a few Kipper cards here as well. Let me make sure everything is in view, as you know I like to do. And all right, I think we're just about good to go. All right, energy on the bottom. You have the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands is a very nice card here. You know, this is maybe asking you to take a look at where your creative gifts lie. And, you know, connecting to this life force energy here, you can see that they are generating energy in between their hands. And this could also be seen as generating ideas, allowing your creativity to flourish and to grow. The Queen of Wands is a card of extreme creativity, and the suit of Wands can also bring that type of energy in. Here, taking a look, you do have a number of wands here in the sort of start of this reading. And, you know, I do have to say that this Queen of Wands is also somebody who is a big attractor in the tarot. This is a card that can be associated with the law of attraction, but they must be authentic. Okay, the Queen of Wands must be their authentic self in order to get that, whatever they're trying to attract into their life. They can bring it in, but they can't try to be anybody else. They have to be unequivocally the Queen of Wands. You have to be unequivocally Aries. And by the way, as you are a fire sign, this could be you showing up here on the bottom. I think some of you are connecting with some type of creative gift. I think some of you are connecting with that type of energy here at this time. So in your current situation, you have the Seven of Wands. You can see that this person is surrounded, okay? They are surrounded by competition, really. But the thing about the Seven of Wands is, what I always like to say is, to me, it suggests that you've been successful, because the card that comes before it is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is a big victory. And you've taken a risk potentially here in the past, and there's been a reward. And now it's possible that people are a little bit jelly. People are a little bit jealous, or you know, they have that type of energy towards you. Okay, the reality is that not everybody's going to want to have you around, and this is just honest. That's reality. Not everybody's going to want to see you succeed. And the Seven of Wands to me may suggest that it's good to. I would say, you know, with the Seven of Wands, I would be very careful about, how do I say this? About revealing, like, some of you may actually indeed be working on a project here in your life. Could be a creative project, particularly work related. This may be an idea. This may be something that you want to hold off telling people at this time, because there is competition here present, and that's kind of. I would also just be careful if you don't. Some of you may have a feeling about somebody, because we're going to talk about this moon card, that something's off about somebody, particularly maybe a colleague or somebody else in your life. And you may just want to be careful that you don't spill the beans to them, because there's this element here of competition around you. In your problem situation, or in your, in the problem, you have the Death card, or I'm sorry, you have the Devil. So the Devil here, somebody's having an issue with you around power and around control. Somebody's trying to either acquire power over you, or somebody's trying to control you in some ways. And this is an energy potentially that you are looking, that you may have already seen the writing on the wall. I get the sense that some of you know that this is happening. and it may actually come to fruition here in this week. What that could also mean is that for some of you, you're having a situation where I lost my train of thought, where you're needing to have patience. That's what it is. Some of you may need to exhibit patience around getting this inspired idea off the ground, or around the timing that something takes to happen. Timing's very challenging. We can't control time. And so for some of you, there may be something around patience that needs to be exhibited. And yeah. Now, in the past, you have the moon. So I actually love this interpretation of the moon card. It's one of the more positive ones I've seen. But you can see like the musical notes coming out of this person. And, for me, there's this really big energy of creativity coming forward for you here at this time with that Queen of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the fact that Wands is the suit of creativity, but also this idea of these musical notes coming around. But more importantly, the moon represents that maybe you're a little bit suspect about something or someone. In this case, I think it's someone. You may feel like something or someone is not as they appear. And the moon does tell you to trust your gut on that feeling, okay? And so the fact that I'm pretty confident in saying that is because you have the energy of competition around you here with that Seven of Wands and the Devil card. This person could be an earth sign, but it doesn't really matter. The Devil is the card of Capricorn. It doesn't really matter what sign they are, but I do feel like some of you have seen the writing on the wall. Some of you have felt like something or someone was just not as they appeared or as they appear. And I get the sense that I see you trusting your gut intuition on that feeling at this time. Now, in the future, you have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is an incredibly good card of new beginnings. This card can represent breakthroughs. This card can, especially breakthroughs in competition. Breakthroughs in communication. Here, when you get the Ace of Swords, it can say that you are finding the right words to use with somebody. It can say that you are getting a new beginning in those areas of your life in some ways. And this is also a card that comes about with victories as well in your life. So a really nice energy here. I see you potentially having some type of solid victory here coming forward. And so I definitely like to see that for you. And I think that this could be you maybe triumphing over this competition, or something along those lines here as we have this. But I also see you potentially connecting, actually getting this creative project off the ground. There's an energy of maybe doing here. Like there's an energy of doing, but also not revealing what you're doing. It's kind of interesting. Now, on your conscious awareness, on your thoughts, or on your mind, you do have this Four of Pentacles here. Connecting with Earth is coming to my mind when I see this. Grounding yourself, okay? Grounding yourself. And also recognizing that things may not be as bad as they appear. Okay, you have this energy of the moon being something not being as it appears, but I also think that there's this situation here where it's not as bad as it appears. And so I feel like maybe some of you are coming to this idea that competition's a healthy part of life. Competition's an interesting energy because it brings out the worst in us as humans, but it also drives us to do amazing things. And so I get the sense that some of you are coming to this calm understanding of that, of why something is happening. And I also think some of you are recognizing that not everybody is going to be on your side, unfortunately. I know that's a negative way of looking at it, but it's true, it's facts, it's reality. In your subconscious awareness, you do have this Eight of Wands here. Time is now, okay? The time to act is now. You feel this subconsciously, okay? You feel this internally. I was talking about how there may be patience, but needing to be had here. But with this Eight of Wands energy, this is about potentially something accelerating forward. This is about potentially some sort of event that happens that triggers your spontaneity. In other words, what I would say is there's this energy of wait and see until you see it. Okay, there's this energy of waiting until until the time is right, and you will know when the time is right, and you will spontaneously act on that. And I think this, whatever that is for you, I think this is about a project or about getting something off the ground. Maybe it's learning something, studying something, doing something you've always wanted to do, or something that has been challenging for you, but actually you're doing it. In the future, in the staff and the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you do have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a long-term situation in your life. This is, obviously you can see the family here preparing for child. And so in relationship situations, Seven of Pentacles can talk about like a long-term union, marriage, somebody you want to start a family with. Obviously, I'm not getting relationship energy here. Seven of Pentacles is more about a long-term investment that's paying off. It's more about seeing the fruits of your labor. You've worked very hard up to this point to have what you have. And the Seven of Pentacles can ask you to maybe evaluate which direction you want to go from here. You can keep doing what you're doing, which is, working hard, doing what you're doing, or you can maybe take what you've made, take what you've earned, and go in a new direction. But I can't decide that for you, right? You have to decide that. And some of you may be some of you may be having that type of decision to make here as well. In fact, you have I'm just realizing 3 of these 4 cards in the staff are Pentacles, which is the direction that you're headed, which is very good. In the external situation, you do have this Queen of Pentacles. It could mean that you are dealing with an earth sign here, with the Devil and the Queen of Pentacles here. Take a look, though. Take a look. This person is generating this idea in their, oh my gosh, their crown chakra. And so it's sort of like this pentacle is being placed in their crown, which is interesting because it's almost like they're generating some type of money, or they're generating some type of idea around money. But the Queen of Pentacles is very interested in financial independence. And you actually have 2 major indicators of financial independence here that you could find in the tarot, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, which we're going to talk about now. In the hopes and fears situation, you do have this Nine of Pentacles, which is also about your financial independence and dealing, putting yourself first and doing the things that you need to do to set yourself up long term. As you have this Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles, this is boss energy. Okay, this is financial literacy. This is making smart financial moves. This is really helping yourself out in the material. And so it looks, some of you are just like concerned about how that's going to happen because it's in your hopes and fears, and some of you are hoping that your empire is forming. And I think that this is around idea generation. It may be something around passive income. It may be something around making an investment like in real estate or crypto or like stock market. Obviously not investment advice, but not financial advice. But you do have like so much of this here showing up. In the outcome, you have this Five of Swords. You're concerned about loss. The problem is you're concerned about loss, and don't let loss hold you back, because the other thing is on your mind, you have the Four of Pentacles, which this person's concerned about losing these 4 pentacles on their necklace here. And they're concerned about losing what they have. They have money, but they're concerned about losing it. And so in the outcome here, you have this Five of Swords here, which is about loss. And so don't let loss hold you back. Don't let loss hold you back from having this amazing situation come about. Let's go ahead and clarify. You have the Three of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Empress. Yeah, so Three of Wands. How is your health, wealth, and love here situation going? As you take a look at these 3 wands, you could say that these 3 wands are about health, wealth, and love, or health, wealth, and family. I think some of you are maybe exploring that. Am I creating equilibrium? Am I creating balance? But this Three of Wands can also indicate you expanding something. Six of Cups, this is about nostalgic energy, somebody from the past, but I'm getting a message here around all these people. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and I feel like for some of you, this energy around competition is very prominent for you. The Empress is the biggest card of abundance to find. Okay, Empress, Emperor, big empire energy when you get that. And so I definitely love to see that. I think your financial situation looks good, but it's more about like being heavy on your mind, and it's more about you taking the extra steps to help yourself out in those areas seem to be coming in. You have high honor, concern, and family room here showing up as well. So the high honor, concern, and family room. High honor is somebody who's extremely respected or well respected in their chosen field or whatever it is that they do. Some of you are concerned that people, you know what, you're worried about what people think about you. That could be a thing. And you may be even worried about what your family thinks about this new direction and where you're going. I think others of you have a dream of building a family here as well. But, you know, at the end of the day, you can't be concerned about what other people think about you. It's easier said than done, but it's true, right? It's true, and those attachments will hold you back from really going to where you want to go. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.